disastrous start, a poor middle and a very, very poor end. We were very, very lucky not to be relegated.
Alan Pardew's departure clearly disrupted them in a significant way, and not replacing him proved to be a major, nearly calamitous mistake.
He's very much a defensive manager. Most games you try and get through to half-time at 0-0 and build from there, and after 4 or 5 years of watching it not work, it became very difficult for him. Basically lost the fans.
There was a kind of apathy, a deep-seated apathy, a kind of resignation. It was often very, very quiet, almost eerily quiet.
The appointment of John Carver has to go down as one of the worst Premier League appointments alongside Terry Connor. So there were 3 worst clubs in Newcastle, says more about the Premier League than it does Newcastle, and we're very fortunate that we're not standing here talking about a Championship club.
The ownership of Mike Ashley seems to be deeply resented by a lot of the supporters. It's seen as too much of a cheapskate operation, the club too much of a billboard for his company Sports Direct. They said we're aiming to finish in the top 10 and build from there, but they also said the cups are not a priority, whereas Newcastle fans would say we'd like to know we might get to Wembley sometime. Although Newcastle are financially sound, you've still got to manage the money well and invest in players and get some excitement, a decent team and some excitement on the pitch.
A lot of the fans have kind of got a wait-and-see attitude towards McClaren. If you kind of take away or airbrush his record at Derby, I think he has a very strong track record.
I think he's particularly the right choice for the system that they have here, in that it's the continental style structure where his formal title is head coach.
He comes in with a fresh approach, and it's also a fresh coaching team. It's probably the first time since 2007 we'll have this fresh start, so everyone's kind of really looking forward to it. The signing of Wijnaldum from PSV in Holland's a really progressive step. The club, since Kabay left, really hasn't had any kind of creativity. 14 million makes them the 3rd most expensive signing in our history.
Alexander Mitrovic, I think if he fulfills his potential, he's only 20 years old, he could be the centre forward that this club has long craved.
To pay such money for a player who scored 9 Champions League goals is a real statement of intent. The 3rd signing, Mbemba, also from Anderlecht, again, young guy from the Congo. He's not quite 6 foot, but we've been looking for that kind of quick, athletic centre-back to partner Colaccini.
Steve McClaren can also be pragmatic when he needs to be, and I think he knows how to set teams up for specific opponents. But I would think that we're probably going to see a more free-flowing attacking approach this season.
Not many Norwich fans were ever convinced Neil Adams was the right man. Obviously he took over with 5 games left of the previous season. I think we were 8th when he left in January.
Norwich moved very, very quickly. They appointed Alex Neil, who was the manager of Hamilton Academical in Scotland.
Completely transformed our season.